Hi, welcome to my channel and welcome to a special close-up review. This is the Jewel Tarot. This is the other deck that I created that I will soon be putting on the Etsy store, but I haven't even had a chance to do that because I've been busy at work. So I haven't been able to put it on the store yet, but I couldn't wait to do a video and show this deck that I created because this was so much fun. I can't even begin to tell you. And it was a lot of work because these are actual photographs of jewels. This is not digitally created at all. You know, it's not designed, created. It's actual pictures of jewels and especially designed. And then I had to figure out the back because I had to have lighting for the jewels to sparkle. And then the light would show up in the background, so then I had to play around and fill in the back. It was a lot of work, this deck, but it was worth it. I totally love this deck, and you're gonna see, I'm just warning you, this is just a creative, fun depiction of the tarot in jewels, natural photographs of jewels. And if you know the Rider-Waite, you'll instantly know, because what I wanted to do was create something that symbolized the tarot, each card, but each card hints to the actual meaning, so you'll instantly get it. It's not like a pip card where you have no idea what the card is or anything like that. But get ready, because you have to have kind of like a sense of humor, be open-minded, and just love the idea of the actual cards being represented in the jewels. So the first card, it's all about it. This is created by Free Spirit. I always give credit to Spirit. The Jewel Tarot. Welcome to the Jewel Tarot. I just explained the natural photographs of jewels, which were specifically arranged and designed to symbolize each card in the tarot. If you know Rider-Waite Smith, you'll easily be able to use the deck, as the jewels represent these images in the tarot. The design of the jewels hint to the meaning of each card, so they can be easily read if you know the meanings already. And as a lover of tarot, jewels, and crystals, this deck was purely made of love and fun. And I just am, letting you know, I wanted to create a deck to just enjoy, have fun with, and do tarot readings with jewels. And I also wanted to just express the tarot in jewels and be purely creative with it. This was the result, and everything else. So welcome to the Jewel Tarot. And then I explain how to use the cards, shuffle the cards, explanation of the major arcana and the pip cards. And I love the back. This is all of jewels. Okay, so get ready. So this is my beloved Jewel Tarot, so you'll get the meanings. So this is the Fool, and it's illustrated with jewels, and you can see how he's about to go off the cliff, and there's the sun. So it's not just random jewels. It's kind of hinting to the Rider-Waite Smith, so you'll instantly know what the meaning is with jewels. So these were all natural photographs of the jewels. Okay, so then we have the Magician, and here, when it's a person, here's the little magician, here's the wand, the pentacles, the heart, and the swords here. So it hints, the jewels hint to the actual magician. We have the High Priestess, and you have the columns here and the pomegranates, and here she is illuminated as the High Priestess in jewels. And then you have the Empress with her crown, and she is here in a field, and there are little blooms over here, and these are the crowns. So again, these are all natural photographs of jewels, and they were taken in light, so the jewels would sparkle, but then the light was showing up in the background, so then I had to, once I had the picture, I had to saturate, darken the picture around the lit up jewels. I mean, it was just a huge weird process because I didn't quite know what I was doing. I kind of just was having fun with it, and then was creatively following the steps like as I went. This is the Emperor with the crown, and here we have the Hierophant, and this is on a more elaborate crown, and these are the little two bald headed guys, at his feet. Just so you know what I mean? Like, I added things, the design hints to the symbols in the Rider-Waite Smith, so you can naturally pick up what it is. It's not just some abstract jewel formation. These are the lovers, the cute little people coming together, and this is the angel up here with the lovers. I love these little pipsqueaks. So I just had so much fun. So this is the Chariot coming in, and this is his chariot, the whole canopy back here, him coming through. You have the strength card. This is a little angel, and this is like a little dog or whatever you want to think, but I think of strength because she's like pulling it rather than shutting a mouth. But you get the image, the idea. Oh, I love the hermit. So the hermit with the lantern, see him up here, and with the whole illumination of the lantern. And here there was some light. I left some of the light that just naturally came. I didn't take out all the light. On a couple of the cards I left the light in to add to the effect, but I had to take it out of the remainder of the card. So here, yeah, I left a little light reflection in here because this is the Wheel of Fortune. So I love the Wheel of Fortune and the World are my favorites, one of my favorites in this deck. Justice, so you have the balancing here and the little angel, Justice. The Hangman, here he is illuminated with all the jewels hanging him. The Hangman. The Death card, so here he comes in with the little flag up here, the Death flag here. And when you see these are like wheels. That's usually someone on a horse, because of course I can't do a horse of jewels. So I always use these jewels for, you'll see with the knights. Temperance. Okay, so here's the angel, and this is the water, the balancing of the emotions here. I love the little angels. This is the devil. This is the devil over here. What's cut out, which wouldn't fit, was these little people here were chained. The yellow was chains that went all the way around, chaining them, but I guess you don't need it, and it didn't work at the end. But that was the little yellow you see here, so it just adds to it. But it did go initially all the way down, attaching on the bottom. But these little two guys, and doesn't he kind of look like the devil in jewels, the ears or something? And the tower, I love the tower. I had a lot of fun. So this is like the people falling out. This is the divine coming down, crashing into the tower. It almost looks like, to me, with no intention, but it looks like a butterfly. It looks like transformation, which it is anyway, the tower. The change is inevitable, but, you know, fiery. You can get that it's the tower, the way the jewels are. The star, and this on the water. The moon on the water, and like moon cycles. I kind of did it like that. Then you have the sun. We have judgment. So these guys are rising up. And then here comes the angel with the horn, the trumpet. Look at this, the world. I love the world, and I put an angel in the world, if you can see. Little angel in the world. The world of jewels. Oops, then we have the Knight of Wands, and he'll have a higher crown in the middle. That's how you can distinguish from the Queen. So it's very pointy and bigger here, and then here comes the Queen, and hers is just leveled. Queen of Wands, and all the wands are reflected like that. It's almost like a heart, but fiery wand. You'll see. And so here comes the Knight of Wands. So these are the jewels that I made for the horse. So they all, you know, all the knights are riding in like that. That's how you know it's a knight. It's riding in on something. And here's his wand coming on in. Page of Wands. I have to tell you, the more that I did the people, they almost started, after a while, this deck, when I was doing it for so long, they started having expressions to me. You'll see in some of the cards, it was like I was in my own other world with this deck, creating this deck. It was a lot of fun. So here's the Page of Wands. Here's the Ten of Wands, carrying the load of wands here. Look how he's like holding. And you have the Nine of Wands standing in front of all that. See the little guy standing with his little wand. The Eight of Wands. I almost wish I put more of the wands, but I couldn't at the time go back, but I think this illustrates it just fine, the movement. Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands, standing up here he is with the wands, and they're here coming at him with the wands in that card. Look at the Six of Wands coming in with this little Five of Wands when they're all clashing into each other here. Four of Wands. Three of Wands, so you have the water waiting for your ships to come in. So I kind of illustrated with you're at the water waiting for them to come in. Here's the Two of Wands. You want to expand your world. There's the little world there. Ace of Wands, the big massive Ace of Wands. It almost looks like a person with their hands up, like up in the air, like, yeah, you know, like these are the two arms and the face. I don't know. They started taking on a life of its own, but that's how the wands became. But to me, it looks like someone rising up with their hands up in the air, kind of, which is kind of like what you feel like when you're filled with passion, right? So that's kind of like how I made the wands. Here we have King of Cups. Kind of was like a heart, but then a face, so... Then the Queen of Cups, her crown is a little smaller, a different shape. I don't even want to say smaller, just different shape. Here comes the Knight of Cups. So here's a little cup, and there's his little, he's riding on in on this with his cup. Knight of Cups. Page of Cups, coming in with his cup. Then we have 10 of Cups, the Rainbow of Cups, with the little heart up here and the rainbow. We have 9 of Cups when he has a table there with all his cups behind him. He looks quite satisfied, like he's... he started taking on a personality, I'm telling you. I spent too much time on this deck, but it really was fun. 8 of Cups, moving on from all the cups that are here. I just signified it as moving on, leaving the cups, moving forward. 7 of Cups, the choices up here. Kind of, you know, so it symbolizes, you'll get it if you know right away. 6 of Cups, don't they look like they're running in the field, like running on their cups? This is 6 of Cups, and they look like little, like they're just having a blast. 5 of Cups, I felt like he was on his knees. These are the spilled cups over here, so you can kind of feel it. I know they're just, they almost look like just dots, but these are jewels, and they almost look like, they started to remind me of like Bright Light or some old 70s game, Light Bright? I don't know, with the pegs, I don't know. But they started having, they almost became animated to me. Like I started really feeling for these little people. Here's the 4 of Cups with the other cup coming in here. He's under the tree. This is like a little tree. He has his cups. The 3 of Cups, look, they look like they're running or skipping or something, the 3 of them, and they have hearts on top of them. Like they're flying, having a good time. 2 of Cups with the 2 cups over the people, the couple. Ace of Cups. Then we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords was really cool too, because this is the sword with the handle, right? And this is the crown. But then it started to look like this is him standing here with his, like, I don't know. And then here comes the Queen. Doesn't this almost look like her skirt or her outfit? But this is the sword for the Queen, and with the crown. But then it almost looked like literally the crown is on her head, and this was like a skirt. I swear, you know when you're working on something, you're going in your own world? This deck pulled me into a whole other world. Anyway, Knight of Swords, and on the little wheels, coming in with the Knight of Swords. You have the Page of Swords. He's coming on in with his sword. Then you have the 10 of Swords. So the idea was this represented swords going down, but you know what's really cool about the 10 of Swords? It doesn't look like he's down on the ground dead, and this is like his spirit rising up out of him. That's what I started getting from this card too. Anyway, but you know that's when the swords are in his back and he's face down in the dirt. But wow, I really started seeing it differently. Like he's dead in the dirt, but now his spirit is rising up, or I don't know. But anyway, that's how I depicted it. So 9 of Swords. This came out a little frenetic, but isn't the 9 of Swords a little frenetic anyway? So this is the bed and laying there, and here are the more swords going into you. And literally I didn't try to overly fix it because the jewels actually look stressed, which I found funny because this is a 9 of Swords. So I was like, okay, you want to show the stress? I'll show the stress. 8 of Swords, so he's like cornered in here. 7 of Swords, little sneaky bastard running away with the swords. Here's one left, and he's running off. 6 of Swords, this is when they're in the boat. So here's the water, and this is the person, and here's the sun coming in and sailing off into smoother water as you get the feel of it. Five of Swords, the battles is over. Here are the drop swords over here. He's like leading the scene with the sword in his hand. Oh, the Four of Swords resting. So this is the stained glass. He's laying here resting on the bed. Three of Swords. Here's a little heart and the swords coming in. Again, some of it got cut off because some of my pictures were way too big for the card, but here you get the gist. The swords are coming out the heart down here. Two of Swords. Little person with the two swords, decisions, and almost looks like a jeweled necklace if you look at it far away. Like, but if you know Rider-Waite-Smith, you know those pictures where of the dots, those paintings of dots, and you move farther away, and you see the image, you go up close, it's all dots. Like, to me, this looked like a necklace, but then I definitely saw the little person with the two swords. I don't know, I started really bugging out with this stuff. So then we have the Ace of Swords, and here it goes all the way to the top, the big handle and the Ace of Swords here. Oh, I love my pentacles. So my pentacles, my little King of Pentacles with the crown sitting on the pentacles, and he's a little blue guy, King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. She's in reddish pink, jewels with her crown sitting right on the throne of the pentacle. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles riding in with the jewels here on the jewels, and he has holding a jewel here, a pentacle. Then you have the Page of Pentacles. He's coming in with the pentacle. I love my 10 of Pentacles, happiness, raining money, and it's kind of in the shape of a heart too, surrounded by pentacles. Yes. And don't they look happy? You know, it's like, I swear, up close, like you can't see in the thing, but it was almost like within the jewel, they started having features to me. You know, when you really get lost in doing something creative, you really go into another psychic realm. Here, the harvest is coming in here. Oh, no, this is Nine of Pentacles, surrounded by all the pentacles and abundance, and here's the little bird. And she's so happy. Eight of Pentacles, working up those coins. I love that Eight of Pentacles too. Working up his coins. Then here's the Seven of Pentacles with all the harvest coming in. Then you have the Six of Pentacles where they're sharing, giving, and taking. They each have a little pentacle that also got cut off. These pictures were so much bigger. I think I got carried away. I forgot, like, it has to fit on a little card. So, but I'm happy with how they came out. So there's my little Six of Pentacles, my little people. And the Five of Pentacles, I really love it. It's really pretty. So then I'm not so unhappy when I get the Five of Pentacles. I'm just kind of blown away by I like the beauty of the jewels here. So then I don't feel so bad when I get this card. Who likes getting this card? It's kind of like more joyous than the Five of Pentacles really is. But who says the Five of Pentacles can't be pretty? Then we have the Four of Pentacles holding down the money every which way he can. And then we have the Three of Pentacles with the same formation that's on the Rider-Waite of the Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, he is balancing two pentacles, and even on his head, I put something on his head. So you get that he's balancing. And the Whopper Ace of Pentacles. So this was my Jewel Tarot. Oops, now the phones are ringing all over the place. This is the Jewel Tarot, the back of the cover of the deck. I'm not going to do this video all over again. And, oops. Hold on. Okay, so I just hung up on someone. So this has been the Jewel Tarot, and I will put it on my Etsy store as soon as probably this weekend or next week. It just takes some time to do that, but I definitely wanted to show my Jewel Tarot, and this was it. So this is one of so now I have 5 decks. I think I'm done for a while. I really didn't have any intention of doing this deck. I don't know how this happened. Oops, I gotta go. But this will be on my Etsy store soon, and check out my other decks there too. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.